In which case, hello and welcome to Eye on the App Store. It's Wednesday and that means we're giving you a look at all the games that are going to be coming up in the next 24 hours or so on iPhone and iPad. Apologies for the technical hitches, we're a little bit late, and we finally regained Mr. Peter Willington above us.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, so he's been away gallivanting off around the internet for the past few weeks, like a cheeky monkey. But now he's back, and all is good with the world, I like to think. So, what we're going to have a look at, let's have a look at the iPad and see what it says. We've got Third Eye Crime, which is a top-down, I think it's sort of point-and-clicky, stealth-em-up kind of game. Film noir, comic book stylings, looks dead cool. Excited to play this one. Leo's Fortune, which I have on strong recommendation from an editor over at Pocket Gamer, is a really good arty-looking platformer that he says is kind of quality. So if it's wrong, if it's not any good, then it's his fault. And Wayward Souls, I think it's called, which looks a bit JRPG by the icon, but I don't know because I haven't played it yet. And we're cheating slightly because Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out like on late Thursday, early Friday, but it didn't appear in New Zealand when it should have, and so it didn't look like it was even coming out last week. So we didn't get to preview it, but it did turn up just as everything turned into Easter holiday mode. We had an Easter holiday, you know, as usual, over here, bank holidays in the UK. So we didn't get to preview it. And a lot of people were like, oh, so we're going to do it this week, just to show you, because, you know, no harm in doing that. So
Why not? Yeah.
Exactly. First thing we want to do is, I think we'll probably start with, let's try Leo's Fortune. I like the idea look of it. Let's pop that up there. Pocket Nova's pumped. I am also pumped. Let us do this. Okay, here we go. Leo's Fortune. Now, this is all new to me as well, so excuse us if we look like surprised and stuff. Peter, what are you going to do while I'm doing all this nonsense?
Well, I am looking at the lovely people in the lovely chat room and seeing people flood in, saying hello. And if you've got a question at all, then give it to me and I will pass it on to James. And basically, I'm interacting with you guys. I want to chat with you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions while James is playing video games for a bit.
Yeah, that's what I do. Apparently.
I'm doing all the hard work.
Yeah, we have this debate often, but it never stops being wrong, I'm afraid. I'm dead psyched about this. It feels like the band's back together now. I had to fly solo last week, and it was a bit weird and random. We had a lovely turnout. We were playing Hitman, and it was really good fun. Loads of great commentary, and the developer popped in as well and had a word. And a cracking game. It always helps as well. Everything's kind of fun when you're enjoying the game that you're playing. Suddenly, everything is kind of becomes easy. It's kind of nice. Yeah. So we're just downloading additional content nonsense for this. Flashy title screen. We've got a little preamble beforehand, a little tiny intro sequence. But we're not interested about that. We're interested in the actual game. So let's have a look and press play on Leo's Fortune. Act 1, Fortune Lost. Let's go. Would I like to see a tutorial? I probably better had, because, you know, I haven't done this before. Whole idea of this show, if you've not tuned in before, welcome. We just go through the new games that are going to appear on the App Store in the next 24 hours. So we're trying to show you literally what you're going to experience if you download the game. It's a first look sort of thing. So, I've got a little fluffy dude with a moustache talking about how his fortune was stolen.
I was only the fool.
He's doing a kind of slightly rote Russian accent. He dropped my gold. Bread comes through the woods. He could not find. Left in haste. Not to my wife.
Whereabouts in Russia are you from?
You know, that bit near Doncaster.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if they can do a slightly racist Russian accent, then so can I, damn it. Okay, let's get some game on. 1, Trickery Trail. What do we got? Ooh. Ooh, he was right. Look at it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, so left thumb and right thumb. I'm holding the right thumb and the left thumb simultaneously, and it seems pleased. Slide the left thumb to move. Woo! Wow, okay. Meow. Here we go. Collecting coins, zooming across a little mountainous reach. I'm using the left thumb purely to slide left and right. You can actually see a little indicator of it on the screen, guys, as you're watching. And I have to swipe up with my right thumb in order to get him to jump. He's actually inflating, look. That's what he's doing. It causes him to jump, but the actual process is, whoop, he kind of puffs up. Well, immediately I'm charmed. This is quite lovely looking. It's amazing.
Okay.
I can try on-screen buttons if I want to, rather than gesture controls. We'll stick with the gesture controls for the time being. see how it goes. But look, backgrounds, foregrounds, everything looks fantastic.
This is very pretty.
Right, I'm guessing, yeah, sneak under that and inflate, and that has allowed me to flick up the spikes so I don't get murdered. Ooh. Oh, look, I can kind of float as well. If I inflate in the air, it makes me slightly lighter. As if he was filled with helium from the inside. Go on, man. On you go. Woo! Woo! It's got creepy music as well. It sounds like a Tim Burton movie.
Is it creepy? What does it strike you as creepy? It strikes me as quite sort of pleasant and,
really?
Yeah, like
it's
kind of nursery.
It's twinkly and baroque, man. It's like Edward Scissorhands is going to pop out and snap up me moustache any minute.
Which one's Edward Scissorhands?
He was the one with the hoovers on his legs. You know the one. It's all there in the title, Peter. Come on.
All right. Okay. That was Johnny Depp, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that right?
Indeed. Yeah.
Okay. Is that the one where he murders people? Where he murders butchers?
That might no, Peter. Sometimes I know you don't watch many films, but sometimes I think you're just being deliberately awkward.
Okay, so this is okay. If we had to describe this game in relation to another game, what would we call it? Like, it's not really Limbo, is it, in terms of platformer? It's more of a
I mean, standard side scroller. I mean, it's actually tricky because the sort of slidey mechanics, the fact that he's just sliding along. I mean, I don't know who that compares to, really. I'm to do this pumping stuff where I have to inflate myself again and again in order to move cogs and open up new areas, which is kind of neat. Weirdly enough, this stuff where I'm going up these very thin corridors makes me think of Sonic. You know, like when you're going through the speedy bits in Sonic, where he's going around the loops and going in circles and you're collecting all the coins. That's kind of what these bits feel like, without the obvious like amount of speed and everything. But still, he kind of glides along very smoothly. And whoa, 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 whoa! Pump, man! Pump like you've never pumped before!
Pump!
This sounds well dodgy, talking about this game. Spiky things! Oh, made it round, I am okay. Alright.
He's got so much personality.
But yeah, look at the backgrounds now. It's gone all kind of flamey and orange. It's gorgeous.
Look at his little face.
I know. Oh no. Oh! My first death. I accidentally turned around and jumped onto the spiky thing, and there I just slid straight off at that one. Right, I have to be a bit. That is a moustache.
Or is it a funny face?
That's a proper moustache. That's how you. That's the kind of moustache that many men could never even grow.
So I live in the southwest of England, and in the southwest of England we have a lot of what I like to call creative types, and a lot of creative types like to look very sort of different from the norm, and that's cool and everything, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of them are kind of like there's quite a big steampunk scene.
Oh yes,
like where I'm at. And like I've seen people with proper handlebar moustaches that are like actually defy gravity. It's amazing. Like even better than Leo's moustache. Yeah.
Whoa! Like, talking of defying gravity, I'm having to kind of float past all of these spikes as I drift down the way. I'm pushing up with my right thumb, and that's causing me to inflate as well as jump. And I have to kind of sneak past. Oh, here we go. If I swipe down on this, I need to swipe down and then like leg it underneath the. Hang on. I guess I have to wait till it gets to the very top, do a massive powered dive down, and then leg it! Yes! Glory. And that's the first level. And I got a gold star for it, getting all of the coins, because I am the bestest.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think I know what this reminds me of. Did you play Gish?
Oh, hang on. No, I don't think I did. Okay. I may have heard of it.
It's a bit sort of Rolando, and well, this is a bit sort of like Rolando plus Gish plus other bits and pieces, I suppose, or monsters. What's it called? Aliens from Mars Ain't My Monsters or something. I can't remember what it's called. Vita game. But yeah, I kind of feel like this is an absolutely beautiful game. But like in terms of gameplay, like in terms of just like raw like feel.
Yeah.
It like is it doing anything particularly interesting?
Well, like I say, honestly, like especially these bits. Look at me looping the loop and collecting coins. It feels a bit like Sonic. In a weird sort of way, it feels a bit Sonic-y. It even gets up a bit of pace when it's doing it at speed. Oh, that's nice. The difference is you're operating a lot more contraptions, I suppose. You're also using that ability to kind of run along the ceiling that Sonic can do, you know, when you're just going 360 degrees around the pathways. So it's not particularly revolutionary. They've tweaked the jump control by, instead of him having legs, they're making him inflate, and so they're using the ability he has to inflate, to trigger other things. So because he can expand his body, you can use that then to, oops-a-daisy, you can use that then to press buttons and things like that. So, you know, that's slightly different, but it is ultimately a 2D platformer that happens to look really good, I suppose, for being honest. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that is what it appears to be. Now, I'm going to get up some speed if I can, and try and jump. There we go. That's what we want to do. I'll go up there, I'll tilt it down and then run to the end and jump. Tilt that down, and then run to the end and jump. Hey, lovely stuff.
Perfect.
Ooh. No, these controls that I'm using, very responsive. They're doing the trick. I do, apart from the fact that I'm, you know, drifting into stuff and killing myself. Yeah. They are pretty responsive. I'd like to try the other controls as well. Ooh, look at this. Look at his terrified face. That's awesome. Drifting between wheels of spikes and hoping not to get popped.
I love this. This is absolutely, like, this is delightful.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
charming. I like the look of it. So I can. Ooh, hello. Gotta get my jumps right. We're still in the early sort of phases of this, so it's being quite generous with the tutorials and stuff, which is good. I didn't see that there, because, you know, I couldn't see that bit. I have to be very careful. I just like it when you inflate him, his eyes go really wide, and he looks mental. Yeah,
like people in the chat saying, that face.
I know, that face. It's when he faces straight forward, like this. That's kind of awesome, I like that. Whoa! Okay, everything's just got a bit flamey and terrifying. Well, sort of 10 out of 10 for the presentation, definitely. Huge marks for this. Someone spent a lot of time making this look good. Frame rate is incredibly high. I'm going to have to run up here and kind of jump sideways, aren't I? Bollocks, this is going to be tough. Jump! Ooh. Jump. And now go back. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, excellent marks for presentation. Looks fantastic. Controls, whoops-a-daisy, are pretty good. It's very generous with the restarts, too, I'm noticing. Can I jump earlier than that? I can't. I don't think I can get over. I may have to go over and then slide underneath. Maybe that's the way forward. Like that. Whee. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah. Let's angle this up and jump. Come on, make it, make it, make it, make it. Yeah. Fantastic. All the way around. And up. Get a good sense of momentum going. It's quite nice. Good flow to the gameplay, I would say.
Is it difficult? I mean, you've died a couple of times. But like, is it particularly tough?
Well, it's not. I mean, not necessarily super challenging, but there was just the tutorial stages. I mean, I think that's actually quite good fun. Not super hard, very, very good looking. If you're interested in a little platformy thing, this might be worth a look. I'm going to rely on Peter to say the prices for these things at the moment, because I haven't done that much research.
Yeah, I'm trying
it is a premium. It is a premium game. So
yeah, unfortunately, I can't seem to find anything by it. It's 1337 and Senri LLC. That's all we really know. That it's the company. Yeah, right. If I can find it, I will absolutely update you guys.
That's all right. Well, it's going to hit the App Store tonight, midnight tonight. That's Leo's Fortune. So if you like the look of that, then by all means, give it a bash. Right, moving on. Let's have a look at. We'll do Wayward. I think it's Wayward Souls. It's called next.
Wayward Souls.
That's the one. Yeah. Which looks a little bit. I don't know. Immediately, I'm seeing pixel art, and immediately my mind goes to JRPGs. Don't know why that is. That tends to be what happens. But yeah. I notice people are saying like playing Spider-Man. What? But Spider-Man? Yeah, we know Spider-Man came out last week, but it's sort of cheated because usually these games come out on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and Spider-Man didn't. Spider-Man 2 waited for ages, lurking in the shadows, probably dangling from the ceiling, and didn't appear. So we didn't get a chance to play it on last week's stream, and lots of people were like, "Where's Spider-Man?" So it's kind of cheating, and we're going to do it this week as well, just to take a little look. Right, here we go then. Wayward Souls immediately drops me straight into the game. Left thumb movement. Swipe the screen and hold. Here we go. It is a 2D top-down scroll 'em up thingy. Apparently we've been attacked.
Alright, yeah.
Well, nothing's happened yet, so
okay.
I'm just exploring the area. So, you know, it looks a bit top-down in that like old-school Link to the Past Zelda sort of way. Right thumb will swipe up and attack. Oh, and immediately I start swiping away at the environment, and it looks very Zelda-y. Okay, first thing I've encountered is a zombie. Therefore, I'm automatically deducting a point from this game. Just because zombies. You know? Zombies.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've had our fill of zombies, haven't we?
Have we had enough zombies?
Is anyone still excited? Like, the chat room. Is anyone actually still excited by zombies anymore? Or are we actually sick to the back teeth of them? Because I think we've just about, like, run out of ways to do things with zombies that are in any way interesting. Hold the screen and attack. I can do a power strike. Okay, cool. Let me try it on this zombie. Whoppa! No, not quite as effective as I'd like. I'm going the wrong way now, aren't I? Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, like...
This looks quite fun.
It's... No, I'm not knocking the game. This is controlling fine. It's just throwing... It's a dungeon crawler, top-down, Zelda-like thing. I'm interacting with bits of the environment, like the lamp. That's nice. Some quite pretty... Gentle, but quite pretty lighting effects on it. So it's very 16-bit visually, but they've put some slightly more modern flourishes in it with the lighting. It looks nice. No, it does look. It's kind of charming.
It looks a lot like. Here we go. Reference time. It looks a lot like the original Alundra.
Okay.
Looks. It's got that sort of. It's not 8-bit. It's got that sort of odd pixel art between sort of a 16 and 32-bit.
Yeah, well, I had an Amiga. Amiga for life, incidentally.
Yeah.
That was a nice kind of... It was 16-bit machine, technically, so it kind of looks a little bit stuff like that. Apparently I need to choose an item. Tap an item to use twice. I've got this flare thing. Whoa! So that busted everything in the room and cleared a pathway forward, I guess? I suppose. I didn't really notice. Hello, there's a throne thing. Diasune watches over me. Looks like a shrine or a godlike shrine. It's all going a bit mad in Castlevania, even in this cursed hold. Shall we make him Russian as well? Even in this cursed hold.
Yep. Go on. Yeah.
I can't
Sorry.
Do that.
By the way,
I was allowed to do it racistly.
If you are joining us now, I do apologise about the Russian accents. We're not trained.
How dare you?
In Russian accents. If anybody can think of a better accent for us to put on, then obviously we will give it a go.
I'm well versed. How very dare you?
So Waving People says, regarding the zombies, maybe a break would be nice. I wonder what the next monster trend is going to be.
Yeah, well, I'm inclined to agree. Because, I mean, even studios I really, really respect, started doing zombie things. When I learned that Naughty Dog were doing The Last of Us, and I was very excited. And then when it turned out to be a zombie game, I was like, oh, guys, not you as well.
It was like, different, man. You used to be
cool. You let me down. In fact, it was a brilliant, brilliant game, and I very much enjoyed it. But you can call them clickers all you want. They're bloody zombies. We all know it. And it was just like, oh god, it's another zombie thing. And so yeah, I am a little bit sick to the back teeth. Before it was Nazis, wasn't it? It was all like
well, it was zombies and Nazis and who else? Sort of killer robots. Yeah. They were quite famous. Aliens have done quite well for themselves.
Oh, I found something called an Ember Forge. I have literally no idea what that is. I'm going to tap this little pop-up. The drained Sunblade. The tower's dark curse has drained the blade of Diasune's light. It's worn and damaged. And I can select an upgrade. So you've got the Dawn Fury, in which it grants a chance for a fiery sunburst strike or a solar scepter. Let's do that sunstroke thingy, whatever it is. That sounds good. Yeah.
I've got
to give the zombies. Oh wow.
Yeah, they'll hate that. They will hate that.
We've got an awful lot have suddenly turned up, but luckily this sunstroke strike thing appears to be doing the trick. Yeah, look at that big old ranged attack that takes out a whole bunch of zombies at once. Delighted to see that working. Let's go and investigate this box.
All right, here is a controversial point from the chat. By the way, if you are just joining us, say hello in the chat, and also put in any questions or any comments that you've got at all, and I will forward them on. But an interesting point here from James Rooney says, iOS could do with The Last of Us.
What, you mean like an actual third... You mean the quality of the game, or you mean a third-person survival?
This is it. Obviously, James Rooney, feel free to qualify that. But I'm sort of thinking that he's saying an actual version of The Last of Us. And do you know what? I'm starting to think now that iOS, and specifically touchscreen gaming, I reckon that we're getting to the point now with control schemes where we can pretty much do, and by we, I of course mean people who are games developers, not me, I couldn't do it at all. I think pretty much we can do any genre now. And I would say something like The Last of Us could do really, really well on an iPad, for example.
I'm slightly less convinced of that. I think they've found ways of making stuff work much better. So I can certainly say that there are some first-person shooters, for example, that are better than others on iOS, but it still works best with particular genres. Like, this works fine, I guess. I mean, it certainly isn't too tough to control, and it doesn't move so fast as to require extremely precise dual thumbstick type controls and make me feel like, oh, I wish I had a controller. But there are a lot of things like first-person shooters and stuff where you do feel the absence of a controller, and whereas in contrast, you got your FTL or something like that, which is amazing and I'm totally addicted to at the moment, which is different from the PC version in the control scheme slightly. There are upsides and downsides because you've got hotkeys that you can use on the PC, which is good, but then you can do all this lovely group swiping stuff on the iPad, which is also awesome. So it works brilliantly. You don't feel like, oh, I wish I had a joypad. You feel like it's perfect.
It's about tailoring experiences to the device, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So I look like I've come up against some boss, maybe? He's saying to leave and never return.
All right. Is that an option? Can we do that?
Probably not. Am I the source of this unholy miasma? Good use of miasma there. Extra points for that, I think.
I'm always a bit sort of like, whenever somebody in a game goes, "You will never be able to defeat me," like sometimes I want to, I wonder actually whether or not that's actually true. Like we're sort of brainwashed with games into thinking, oh no, I can beat them because I'm all powerful, I'm super and amazing.
Whoa.
But I do wonder sometimes, like if a game did actually say, no, really, you can't beat them, whether or not.
Well, actually, funny you should mention that. The South Park game does that.
Oh,
the South Park game, because it's kind of making fun of games in general, it's kind of a pastiche of genre gaming, RPGs specifically. There is a fight that you come up against where it says, like, you can fight us, but it's not going to help. And like, it gives you the option to fight. And they're like, no, seriously, if you fight us, you're not going to win anything. And it says, do you want to fight? And you're like, hell yeah, I'm going to fight. And you fight, and you play through the entire battle, and you win, and then at the end of it, some guy just walks up and bonks you on the back of the head. And it's like, told you.
Amazing.
And then it carries on. So yes, there is an actually unwinnable fight, and it telegraphs it. And as we're programmed to say, like, oh, it says you can't win, you could totally win. I'm going to use one of these super attacks that I've got, because I'm going to use a couple of them actually, because there's a lot of these guys kicking around, and I'm running out of health. Oh, it just stuns them. That's rubbish. Let me try that again. Wha-bam!
So, back to talking about this game. Like, this looks pretty. This looks like a time waster to me. Like, it looks fun, it looks enjoyable, and quite action-packed and whatnot. But it doesn't look as if it's particularly. It doesn't look very exciting to me. I don't know if that's true. Like, obviously, you're the one that's playing it.
Whoa! He just appeared and tried to kill me. That's fine. Right. So, permadeath. The Paladin Falls. Over the years, this cursed place lures many more into its grasp. Ooh. I don't know if that was deliberate. I think that was the intro sequence. So then you can choose between a paladin, a mage, a rogue. So it's a kind of very standard top-down RPG roguelike sort of thing. It controls quite fine. I was perfectly enjoying myself with that. I mean, slicing your way through zombies. Yes, I've seen it all before, to be honest. But it looks pretty enough. It's all right. So that's Wayward Souls, again, out at midnight tonight. It's a premium game. Don't expect again.
It's $4.99.
That's £2.99 then if you're in the UK. So it ain't cheap. Check back with AppSpy for the review, which we'll have up soon. And same thing with Pocket Gamer, because we cover both sites, and we'll have different reviews up, I suspect, on the game as well. So go and find the reviews for that if you're uncertain. Right then. What to do next then?
How many more games do we have? How many more?
Well, we're perfect. Halfway point, 2 more games. So, Third Eye Crime and Spider-Man 2. Let's do.
I think I think we should play Third Eye Crime, and here's the reason why. I've got a terrible feeling that the Amazing Spider-Man is not going to live up to his name.
I am inclined to agree.
So we'll have,
other than the 2 bit. It is 2.
Will be a sequel.
Everything else can do 1. Right, now this looks a lot more promising though. So as I understand it, it's kind of a film noir top-down sneaky game in which you play a detective, and it's presented in a sort of graphic novel fashion. I've seen some trailers of it, and it looks really exciting. I thought we'd start right from the top. Here we go. Game Noir, they're calling it, the developer.
Ooh.
And immediately we're into a very nice transition into the intro sequence, to the menus. I like that. That's very nice. Classic comic book font there. The classic comic font. I don't know what that's called.
Names for comic book fonts. Go. Marvelicium.
I've got name. Is that you're just making up names?
No, it's called. Yeah, no, it is called Marvelicium.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's probably that then. Sure. I'm swiping left and right just to scroll through the images here. I look at a guy and I can read his thoughts like I'm reading. I should be like, I look at a guy and I read his thoughts like I'm reading a billboard. That's how it's all done, isn't it? My name's Rothko. Yeah. He's called Rothko, for crying out loud.
Yeah, quick. No, keep it. I thought we were doing Russian accents today.
The painting's name is Sunset Bathers. No, Yay! We're not doing that. By the River Poe. It's an original score. Right, so he is a detective who is psychic. And he... Ooh. I think he's going in and sneaking around, possibly stealing art. I think that's what he's going to be doing. So he's... Even though it's film noir and usually the guy's a detective and trying to help people, I think he's sneaking about. Yeah, I did look at Soccer Rally and we were trying to search it down. It hasn't come out yet. It hasn't appeared on our radar. I think it's available in New Zealand, but we haven't been able to get it onto our account. So we'll do a hands-on video with that a little bit later, but it isn't going to be appearing today. So now we are in the actual game bit. Okay. So I'm putting my finger on the screen, and I'm dragging it, as you can see, doing little circles here, where I want Rothko to go, and I'm dragging him towards the painting.
Okay.
As soon as I've dragged him up against it, he has grabbed it, and now, whoa, I need to get him to the exit. However, this geezer has just appeared, and he's got a cone emanating from his chest in that very classic Metal Gear Solid styled way.
Oh,
so he'll obviously be able to see me.
I thought you meant like a traffic cone.
No, that would be weird, Peter. No, so I'm going to approach him from the side. I mean, if I walk in front of him, obviously he's going to see me.
Well, yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do here. I'm going to press this little button. These are my special mental powers. Use them to get out of a sticky situation. Ooh, cool. All right, so what is this one? Get more of them by visiting the store. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. Remember, every level can be completed without them. Oh, okay, in which case, I'll turn them off. So he's obviously got extra psychic powers he can use. Run, Rothko, run! I've been rumbled, but in time. Yeah. Okay, fine, made it to the end. So already, I'm pretty sure this is a premium game, and they are potentially directing you towards the store to buy more stuff, which is a bit of a shame.
Which is a bit of a shame, because Third Eye Crime, Act 1, I might note, is a premium title, without a doubt. It's $3.79 in the New Zealand App Store, which is, I want to say $2.99 US?
Yeah, I'm sorry, $7? How much?
$3.79.
That's in the Canadian, so that means in the New Zealand, so that's $2.99 or £1.99.
Yeah.
Now, having walked into this guy's line of sight, he can then sort of estimate or guesstimate where I am by this red glow. So you can kind of see where he's going to walk towards. So I'm trying to outpace him here. Unfortunately, I do need to get... I'm running to the exit. I don't know if I was supposed to get a painting. The red spot tells me I'm dangerous. You know that they're headed there. In other words, keep away from the red area. Yep, that makes total sense. So I'm just going to keep running to the exit. That's just showing me how to get away from the guy. So, interesting look. Comic book styled thing. Yeah. Clearly a stylistic effort. That's fair enough. They're saying, like, he walked right in front of the guard and nothing happened. And what happened was they immediately start to chase you down.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like Metal Gear where the moment, or some games, where the moment you're seen, that's it, game over. They can see you and they'll chase you. Like, I can't walk out of this without him, he's obviously going to see me. So I need to run across. I need to get the gem that's at the bottom here.
Okay.
And then run back up, presumably. And then con him. Okay, it might be a good place to hide for a minute. Alright, that's good to know.
So,
He thinks I've gone up, yeah.
The Third Eye Crime, I'm assuming the third eye is the eye in the sky, isn't it?
The eye in the sky? No, the third eye is your psychic eye. That's the eye that to your mind, the eye to your consciousness. That's because he's psychic. That's how they're justifying my ability to see where they're looking and see where they think they're going to go. I can read their minds. That's what that red glow is. So it's just a way of kind of justifying how I can apparently see into the future. Whereas in Metal Gear Solid, I don't think they bother justifying it, do they? He can just see magic cones on people.
I think Solid Snake is made of magic, isn't he? Like, possibly, I think that is canon, that he's made of genes, but also
anything could be anything could be canon.
He's got Paul Daniels genes in him. That's the thing.
Paul Daniels, David Copperfield, if you're in a US, need a more relevant reference than that. Right, let's dash across and see whom I can con. They both think I'm coming this way. I'm going to go down. Oh, that was not the way to do it. I was actually trying to go down, but I left it too late. Immediate restart, that's good. Tap and hold to see descriptions of badges. Not interested. Let's see if I can sneak my way. I'm going to go up. And I'm going to go on the back of him.
Go on.
Oh, crap. That didn't quite work. However, I do appear to be faster than both of them. So, I can get to the exit before they do.
Right.
Hey! I imagine there are some... there should be some results for like doing it without getting seen at all. I imagine there are some bonuses, but every situation I've come across so far, you can't help but walk in front of the blue beam. So I don't know how you're supposed to get bonuses. Right? Haven't I just been here? No, something's different. Oh yeah, there's someone at the bottom now. Oh god. So I kind of have to lead them on this like merry goose chase. Let's see what I can do. At the moment, one person sees me. The rest of them are clued in. Okay, so he's gone. He thinks I've gone that way. I'm going to go up here.
Okay.
He's following me round. Crap. Please don't go up. Don't go up. Yes! Amazing. Ha! Yeah, too late now, buddy. Result. Goal time was 26 seconds. Came in under the goal time. Okay, fine. Now, right. It looks... Who's saying what about my hair?
Nothing. No one. Just he's fine. They're haters, mate. They're haters.
You wish you had hair this easy to maintain.
Yeah. That's it. It's all about trying to stay as streamlined as possible, right? I mean, look at mine today. Like, so we've had some comments, right, in the chat room. If you're watching this in a catch up, like, I know that we're playing a game, but hair is more important right now. My hair is looking absolutely awful today. It looks like I've gotten out of bed like 5 minutes ago, and I'm. Just in case my boss is watching. I didn't.
I've been up for ages, honest. Yeah right, I'm going to try and lead these two around this block, which seems to be working. Now, this guy is coming right towards me, though, and, he's going to... Yeah. I need to do that quicker somehow. Let me see. I'm going to go down, repeat the same route as I did before. This guy's going to go down again, isn't he? Amazing. Right. Let's see if I can get into this little gap before the guy appears. Down. Ah, too late. Spotted me. Right. Let's try and do this full speed. I'm not even going to pause this time. I paused for a fraction of a second before to let him go past.
You're going to be fast or you're going to be dead. That's the thing. That's how.
Yeah. Go. Yes! That's the result we're looking for.
There we go.
Back down, and I'm now coming across these laser hair triggers, which are alerting all the guards automatically. So that's perfection! See that? Perfection. Yes, indeedy. That's what we like to see.
So, are you... I mean, is this enjoyable? Is this exciting? Do you like this?
It looks good. It's quite slow-paced, I guess.
Yeah.
So, the one thing I can't quite understand is when he gets spotted... He still, like, creeps around. He doesn't run. Like, if you've been spotted and you know that 5 guys are after you, surely you break into a bit of a trot, no? But apparently not. So, right, I've got to trigger this alarm, right? So, here we go. I'm going to do that. I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to go, I don't know, down? Yes! Because they've all decided to chase me round the wrong way. Because they're morons. We've got 2 possible exits. I'm going out of this one, because I might as well. Yeah. And it took a little bit too long because I sat there at the beginning waiting. It looks all right.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it looks lovely, like absolutely fantastic. I think like the appeal of it is its visual style. So one of the questions: how many levels are there? We don't know, do we?
Don't know. Especially if it's just an act one. So presumably there's DLC to be had out of this.
So play through Act 1 of 3 acts, covering 8 unique environments, totaling over 120 levels. So 120 levels out of, I believe, 3 acts. Oh. So there must be 40, I guess. There must be 40.
Now this guy, I've come across a guard who can walk much, much faster than the others. So he's tripping me up a little bit. Because he's a bastard. Right, so I'm going to get around here.
Now, who recommended this to us? Was this Rob?
This wasn't a recommendation. It was the cute, fluffy one that Rob recommended.
The cute, fluffy one was Rob.
Which was, in all fairness, quite cute and fluffy. So
it was quite cute and fluffy. He's got a cute and fluffy side, though, hasn't he?
Eek. Now I'm going to need to wait and see where this guy's going to go. I don't know where they're going to go. Oh, that way! Quick, run! Oh no, he's found me. He's clocked me, and I'm not getting out of this one, am I? Lame.
Is there an IAP to buy a gun?
I don't know. Actually, let's have a go at one of these things. There are skills. I don't know what each of them do. Tap to distract. Okay, one of them does distracting. Let me pull it up. So we've got a distract one. We've got one. What does this do? This sends out some weird force field thing. I've just activated. I'm just using these all up randomly.
Yeah, just do it.
And it's counting down. I don't know what I've achieved by doing that. Doesn't look like anything. I've got a freeze button. Let's take that. Hey, I've just frozen everybody. That was useful. That genuinely was useful. Unfortunately, I've frozen him right in front of the place where I need to get to. I've gotten both jewels, though, so if he goes off in another direction, then I might be able to get past him. I just got to make sure that orange git doesn't see me, because if he does, then I'm done for. Don't go up. Don't go up. Oh, nuts. Whoa. Ah. No way around that.
Do you think that in real life you would make a good thief?
Well, it depends what I was stealing. I think you got to have your heart in it, to be honest with you.
Okay, so say for example it was a caper where it was a caper where you had to steal an artifact from a museum. Do you think you'd be good at that?
Or it depends. If I was stealing a small gold Holy Grail style goblet, then yes. If I was trying to steal the skull of a T-Rex, probably less so. You know, it's all dependent on the circumstances, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been spotted and I'm being deaded. Okay, I think that probably wraps it up for this one. Not just because I'm dying all the time and I've used up all my items. So that's Third Eye Crime. You have an idea of what it looks like. Check back with us for the reviews. It's going to be out iPhone and iPad. Actually, at least I assume iPhone. Maybe just iPad.
It is compatible with iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch.
Oh, very good. All right, then. So all of them cost you a couple of quid or $3, and you can get it. I'm going to try and get to the exit anyway, see if it'll let me out with just one gem. Just to give some sense of finality. It does. There we go. I did most of it. That'll do. Similar to Robbery Bob and Critter Escape. Yeah, it is a bit similar. You're absolutely right. Well, good looks, and you can get that from midnight tonight. Okay. In which case, that brings us to the last one in the pile. Like I say, a bit of a cheat. This was released late last week, but not in time for us to play it because Easter happened and got in the way. So, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have heard lots of mixed things about this. Yeah. I did a video on AppSpy. You can find all the links, incidentally, to AppSpy just below the video stream that you're watching right now, so you can click on the Twitter links and the site links and all of that. I have heard lots of stuff about this, which relate to a video that I did last week, I think, where I'm talking about games that are what we're calling pay-to-pay. You've heard of free-to-play. This is pay-to-pay. Not necessarily this, but there have been some games. Card Wars Adventure Time was one of them. We're talking about games which you pay to download. So a premium game costs you, £2, £3, whatever it is to download it. Yep. And then once you get in there, you encounter wait timers, like freemium wait timers.
Yeah.
Which we think, or at least I think, is bang out of order.
I think it's bang out of order too. Yeah. I'm totally with you there. I would say I'm more of a free-to-play fan than you are, ever so slightly.
Yes, that's true.
But even I think that if you pay for something, that's it. You've paid for it. You should be allowed to play it.
Yeah. Whereas if you're doing a free-to-play game and you want to use an energy system, I mean, I don't love them, but fine, because that's how you get people to give you some money. And if it's free-to-play, at some point someone has to give you some money, or you can't eat. Or pay rent. So, if you're going to use that model, you need to get money somehow. But if you're doing a premium game, then you don't give me wait timers, because that is just like ridiculous.
So Spider-Man is my childhood hero. Genuinely is my childhood hero.
You're a Spider-Man kid,
I looked up to Spider-Man when I was growing up, and he was a genuine inspiration to me. Like, hand on my heart here, I think he's fantastic. So I'm sure he would not be involved in any of those shenanigans because he's too important and good a hero in the Marvel universe. So I'm sure that there will be none of those shenanigans. I have faith in Gameloft.
Woo! Right, okay, so I'm jumping around slightly awkwardly, I will admit. He's doing that amazing thing where he's hooking onto buildings that blatantly aren't there. I'm just trying to get a feel for the controls right now. So here we go. I want to go down here where this blue line is. Ugh, missed again. Well, this is certainly awkward to control. Oh, I can run up the side of the building. That'll do. I just want to get up here so I can lay into these goons. Right, goons. Spin around, camera. Here we go. Okay. Down, 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 down. Nice. Now tap this to start battle. Alright then. Oh, apparently it's on already. So we've got the V-pad to move, web icon, and melee icon. Let's do some melee. Right. Tapping the melee attacks now. Successful counter-attack can shock an enemy, which will stun them. Fine. So we're into standard brawly nonsense here. It's using the now standard Arkham Asylum system of combat, which is if they come in to attack you, you see a little icon flash above their face, which gives you the time to turn around and do an attack, counter-attack.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if it ain't broke.
Well, yeah, I've got no problem with that, but that's what all brawler games do now. So, someone who is definitely not the actor who actually plays Spider-Man is doing some voiceover. I'm going to jump off this building and swing down, and then aim straight downwards. God, it is not very comfortable to do the swinging, I must admit. Right, so let's do this. Stun attack. Right, brawl, brawl, brawl. Stun attack again. Bam, bam, bam. Tell you what, it's a bit herky-jerky. I'm not impressed. Yeah, it is. I'm not impressed by the frame rate. Okay. Seems a bit jerky to me. Quapa. Right, so I got some combos and I defeated them pretty easily. That's fine. Now I've got to go and check the truck, which has been overturned. Question mark?
According to Bavik Jain, you can use a web, which I think will probably...
Yeah, it did have a web command. You can hook... I'm having to pick up the iPad now. Usually I do these things with it laying on the table because it's really awkward to hold on to it. With the, yeah, that as well. But also it's awkward to hold with a little cable that comes out of it when I'm doing capture. But yes, I'm going to have to get involved with that. So there's my goal. Let's go. Go, Spider-Man. Jump. Fly. Fling. Whee. Fling. Whee. Apparently I'm attaching webs onto the sun. I know he's amazing and everything, but come on. This is a little bit silly. Right, so here we go. Oh, look. It's the Green Goblin's kind of hover skatey thing. Right, I'm going to tap that. I've now latched onto it. Whoa, I've now been targeted. That's not good. I don't know how to get around it. Woo! I just jumped onto it. Cool. Okay, and I'm gonna try and beat it up in midair. I'm fighting with the machine itself. What? Why am I beating up a drone? This is weird. You're weird, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I've now found a phone. Oh yeah, I went to see the Amazing Spider-Man 2 yesterday, incidentally.
Is it good?
I really didn't like the first one. I thought it was rubbish and completely missed the point of who Peter Parker was. The character was all over the place. The second one is way too long, way too busy. They've got the same problem as the Spider-Man 3, you know, the Sam Raimi one, where it's too many villains, too many plot threads, and they're all underserved. However, they get the character a little bit better this time around, so I think it's a better game. Oops, I was, sorry, talking and not doing anything there. Retry. But the most unrealistic thing about it, there's a man made of electricity, there's a green goblin, there's a man bitten by spiders. The most unrealistic thing about the whole game, everyone in it is using a Sony Ericsson. And I'm sorry, Marvel, you can have all the flying spiders and green goblins you want. Everyone using a Sony Ericsson, whatevs, Sony. So yeah, no.
That's the worst kind of marketing ever. It may as well just be a flip phone.
Well, and everyone was using Sony Vios as laptops as well. It's because it's made by Columbia Pictures, and Columbia Pictures is owned by Sony. So Sony has just exclusively Sony products throughout the whole thing.
Amazing.
Okay, so here's a sort of sort of quick time event in which you have to... I can't turn, though. That last one, that last arrow was on the corner of my screen. It's kind of a crappy quick time event in which I'm jumping from car to car. So at the moment it's throwing a million different gameplay dynamics at me right now. So I've got tapping cars as they appear. Right, quickly, see, look. There'll be one that finally appears on the right-hand side of the screen. This next one. There we go. I just got it this time. And now what? Jump onto the thing. Now it's cut to some other kind of cutscene which shows me flying in. And now I'm on the back of the truck. It is kind of replicating the first scene of the movie, incidentally. I will say that, having seen the film. But this is all very stop-start.
Oh God!
There's no flow to this whatsoever. I'm just
okay. So, like superhero games, they have not had the best of track records, have they? Like, well, they haven't yet. So, Spider-Man, I think we can all agree, on the PlayStation, the first Spider-Man game, and the second Spider-Man game to some extent, was quite good.
They were quite good fun, and to the point where the actual game was less fun than travelling around it.
Yeah, just swinging about. Like, that was enjoyable. Like, yeah. I thought that was excellent. I think Batman, who's technically not a
of course he's a superhero.
Is he a superhero?
Yeah.
All right, okay. He's a detective. I would say Batman Arkham Asylum is obviously the one that everybody points to.
Yeah,
but you know, those games are generally pretty good as well. But then you've got stuff like Superman 64, which right.
That's a pretty harsh, like going straight to Superman 64.
But Superman 64. Okay, here's the thing with Superman 64: the flying is genuinely quite fun.
No, it's not. It's rubbish.
Like the control of it is actually quite fun.
The control is awful.
Rings, the actual going through the rings and doing the really punishing challenges, that's really hard and really boring.
But the flying is dreadful. Like the reason.
I like the flying.
The reason the ring stuff, because they had that ring flying stuff in loads of games. They had that in X-Wing, and in X-Wing it was brilliant and really good fun because it controlled well. In the Superman game, the controls are diabolical.
Do you? Oh, I thought they were all right.
I've just gotten points for just walking up and talking to someone. I didn't do anything.
Brilliant. That's how life works. But generally, yeah, like superhero games don't really work. So why don't superhero games work?
Well, you've got some problems to contend with. So with Spider-Man, right, we can kind of see the problem straight up front. So for a start, you've got to make the web-slinging mechanic work and feel natural. Now, in the game that appeared on the Xbox and stuff, like say Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2, they kind of nailed that, and it was really quite good fun. Here, it's really awkward for me to turn around and look. The actual swinging about feels jerky and doesn't feel organic. Yeah. Whenever you hit the side of a building, the camera has to really quickly adjust to a different perspective, so he suddenly goes into wall climbing web crawl mode, and that looks kind of not very good. It's very disorienting because it suddenly just switches perspective in a slightly jerky way. Now apparently I have to get over somewhere over here. I'm heading towards this red arrow prompt. Because really, Spider-Man games are as good as their web-slinging mechanics, I would say.
Agreed. Agreed.
The fighting is a bonus and everything, but
I think it's mainly because you're meant to be super powered, right? You're meant to be a superhero. So as soon as you lose, you feel like, well, this isn't authentic. It doesn't feel like Spider-Man. It doesn't feel like I'm a superhero because superheroes don't lose, right? Like traditional superhero comic books are like that's the way that those work.
I guess.
But for games to be exciting, there has to be at least some, idea that there's going to be peril involved and that there is a chance to lose. Or maybe there doesn't, but it means that so far you end up with either a game that's super, 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 super easy, or a game that's like really, really hard and you're constantly restarting all that sort of stuff. But I would also probably say these games don't have the longest development times.
Well, probably not. They have to be turned around in order to come out at the same time as the movie, so they tend to be up against very strict deadlines and stuff.
Yeah.
That's generally how it works. I've done a thing that a fan will never forget. Great. And I've got a percentage of an event. I've just gone up to someone. Oh, what? This is... Sorry, first impressions of this are not good. This is jerky, and the swinging isn't all that much fun. So far, the missions have been pretty weak. Just landing on one of these points is a pain in the ass, because I just have to just sort of fall clumsily out of the sky. Right, let's web this guy. Let's try and do something good. I've webbed him, let's web him. Web, damn it. Do I have to tap on the screen for the pressure pad? No, I don't. Web him. Web him, damn it.
Classic 69. How big is the map? Have we got any idea of how big this place is?
Oh,
like, it looks pretty gigantic.
I'm not sure. I mean,
it doesn't look as if it's filled with anything, but like it looks like you can travel for large distances.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're always trying to rebuild New York City in these things. And to be fair, like the other ones, there was, I think, Mayhem, Spider-Man Total Mayhem, stuff like that. They've had some quite good Amazing Spider-Man games.
Yeah, they've had some good ones. Yeah.
On iOS, but I'm not enjoying this
so
a great
deal. Now, okay. At the start of us playing this stream, and if you are just joining us, then you're late. Come on. But if you are just joining us, then hello, I'm watching the chat. If you've got any questions, pop them there. I'll convince James, who is playing The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from Gameloft. But at the start of us playing The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from Gameloft, we said that there might be we'd heard some dodgy stuff about IAPs in there. Now, I have gone to the iTunes store.
Oh, yes.
So this is, if you're British, this is £2.99.
Mm-hmm.
If you are American, then this is $4.99.
Correct.
So I'm looking at the in-app purchases here.
Okay. Oops.
If you want to buy all of the suits, which I'm assuming are Spider-Man suits and not like, you know, going to a nice wedding suits.
Right.
But if you want to buy all of the Spider-Man suits, which, let's be fair, like, there's probably going to be a couple, because Spider-Man's had a fair number of them. That'd be 18 quid, please, mate. So what is 18? What is 18?
Sorry, 18 pounds to buy the suits.
All of the suits. All of the suits. And if you'd like to buy them in America, then that will cost you $26.
Wow. Wow.
So there's also
that's money well spent.
So, but okay, I'm like, okay, I can just about understand that, and that doesn't quite fall into the pay to pay. Well, not really, but I can. But the pay to pay thing, it doesn't quite fall into that. Apparently, this game does require an internet connection.
Oh, I heard that as well. Now I'm hooked up. I'm playing in the house, so I am obviously online. But yeah, I had heard that you have to be online to play, which is kind of balls. Same thing with Hearthstone. I didn't realise, but Hearthstone you have to be online to play as well. Yeah. But that's good. Hearthstone's really good.
You can also get spider points.
Oh, what? So that'll be the in-game currency then.
That's the in-game currency. And oh, sorry, my apologies. It says buy all suits, £7.99.
Right.
£17.99, I should say.
Okay.
But there's a separate purchase for something called the Iron Spider-Man suit.
Right.
Which doesn't sound that flexible.
No.
But if you would like to purchase that, £10.49 for one suit. For one costume.
Right. Amazing. That sounds dumb.
I mean, clearly, they're costumes. You don't. I'm assuming you don't have to buy them.
No. I mean, that's true. I would like to see if it. I mean, I'm gaining spider points clearly just by performing these fairly dull drop in and punch up some people missions. Oh no, I'm not buying into this. The controls aren't great. Moving the camera around when you're trying to locate people in a fight is horrible. There's not any kind of... doesn't appear to be auto-locking on to folks, so the camera doesn't point in the right direction. Flying around the city is, like... I mean, it works, but it just feels kind of crude. The frame rate is not good. I saw someone asking about the frame rate. The frame rate is... You know, it looks like it's topping out at around 20 or something. Not that frame rate is everything, but it feels choppy and a bit jerky, especially when a big change has to happen, like he has to... You know, suddenly start climbing a wall. It looks a little bit shabby.
It's actually the flying around the city looks like they've put all of the emphasis on making him look really cool. Because when he's actually doing it and it's working well, he looks awesome. Like he's like flinging around and spinning in the air and doing all sorts of rad, sick tricks and all that sort of thing. But
I'm gonna go to this blue mission and see if we can tie it up. But I'm not overly impressed. And like we make a bit of fun of Gameloft, and some of it's entirely justified, frankly, but I always feel a bit bad because they could do really good things.
They've got some very good games.
Yeah, and they've got some actual talent at that studio. Yeah, like they genuinely do have some. They've some game. I hesitate to think of one now. I think of it. Actually, the Tintin tie-in was quite good. It was an original game. And Asphalt 8. Yeah, Asphalt 8 is really surprisingly good. Genuinely good fun.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah. One of my favourite games of the last 6 months.
It's a really good racer that was better than Ridge Racer and the other ones that come out on the iPad. Oh, here we go. Items. Buy items. buy 5 of these for £1.49. Spider Serum, Sensory Overload. So these are obviously potions and boosters that I can use, and they all cost gold that I earn in-game. And I can obviously buy them with extra money as well. And here are the spider suits you were talking about. £1.99, £2.99, £10.49. Here's the Iron Spider-Man suit. £17.99 for all suits. Oh, this is dumb. This is just dumb.
So here's some stuff from the chat. James Rooney, Backstab, 9mm, great games from Gameloft. Agreed, right? Like we're not saying that there aren't good games from Gameloft. Like as we were saying, like I do genuinely think they've got some great games. And Asphalt is amazing. Yeah. And there's a really good comment from I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Venanotula, who's in the chat and says, "Who are you to judge what people want to spend their money on? It's their choice at the end of the day." And do you know what? I completely agree with you. If you want to spend £10.49 on a costume, like if you genuinely want to do that, I think that games should give you the option to do that. Like, I do feel I think it's consumer choice.
Yeah, if people want to spend additional money on extra stuff, that is, I agree, that is fine. Yeah. The problem occurs when they cripple the game that you've paid for in order to encourage you to do stuff like that. Now, presumably, this iron suit won't just be a cosmetic thing. Presumably, you'll get some bonuses with it. So, that might mean that they make the suit that you're using at the moment deliberately underpowered. See, that's the kind of thing, I'm not saying they have, but that's the kind of thing that you have to ask the question, like, now, are they making this game worse to try and make you spend more money? And which is, again, if you're in a freemium game, that's to be expected. If you've already paid $5 and you're expecting a full game, and it's keeping loads of stuff from you in order to get you to spend what will total up to there, like, I don't know, 30 quid or something if you bought everything, and you can still spend more money on consumables for a mobile movie tie-in? Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good deal. That seems like you're being ripped off to me.
Absolutely. And like I think and obviously these are previews, these are hands-on. This is what the Eye on the App Store is for. We can go super early on with these things.
Have a look.
So it's not a definitive review or anything like that. But one of the things that I would say is that so long, you know, this doesn't seem like the kind of game where it will completely destroy any chance of you getting through it. It looks like you could probably get through it with enough practice, with enough grind or whatever it is. But like James, you were saying, like in your pay to pay video, like it is when it is so egregious that it just makes the game less fun, like the guest less enjoyable,
and in some cases locks you out of the game. That was the Card Wars thing, where it has a timer in it, that allows you to die like 5 or something, and then it locks you out, and you have a cooldown timer, and you've paid £5 for the game, and it locks you out. Like, that is ridiculous. That's bang out of order. So. And I'm now all of the missions I've encountered have just been talking to someone or beating up some cops.
That's all Spider-Man does. That's all he does.
But it's boring. This is dull. This is massively dull.
Well, meh. I don't know. I'm not going to go and see the movie based on this or based on your recommendation. But
I think the movie's better than this. In fact,
is the movie okay?
Having seen the movie, it's a bit silly, but it's better than this anyway. And I'm getting lots of stuff just for staying in the air for a long time and exploring New York. New York does seem to be reasonably sized, lots of pop-up and stuff, but I don't know. I have played better Spider-Man games than this on iOS, and I've played much better games than this on the consoles. I don't think this is the one for Spider fans to go for.
Absolutely. So as we're sort of coming to the end of this, one of the things that I did see in the chat room, thank you by the way for joining us today. One of the questions I did see in the chat room was what is our schedule, because we don't have anything like that. That's on us. We haven't put a schedule up. The reason is because we've been working on lots of different schedules and kind of figuring out what you guys want, what you've been saying. So fingers crossed. Monday to Friday, we're going to be doing a stream every day.
That's the idea. Yes.
5 p.m. GMT, and good. Basically,
it's 5 same time as today, but it's 5 if you're in 5 in the afternoon if you're in the UK. It is 9 in the morning if you're on Pacific Standard Time, and it is 12 midday if you're on Eastern Standard Time. So we've tried to pick this particular time because it's a way that everyone in the kind of UK and the US is awake. Even though it's morning for some people, sorry about that. It's a kind of late afternoon for us. It's a way to catch everybody at the same time. So that way, you know, we give everyone the chance to tune in if they want to. Look at this. Look where I've landed. I've landed in between these two blocks. Spider-Man can't duck. So the camera's just spazzing out.
Come on, Spider-Man!
I just have to... I mean, he can jump, obviously, but he can't just do a normal, like, duck and crawl underneath it. He just has to leap into the air. Nope, sorry, I'm not enjoying this. This gets down votes for me. Obviously, it's an initial impression, blah, 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 but I have played better Spider-Man games than this. This feels shonky, and the missions have been dull. So,
yeah.
Sigh. I think that's it. I think we're calling this one a day. So that was, if you've been watching, on the App Store. You can get all of these games. Get Spider-Man now if you want, but do so at your own risk. All the other games we mentioned today, Wayward Souls and Third Eye Crime, will be out at midnight tonight, as in all territories. So you can go and check them out. You can follow us on AppSpy on the Twitter channel. Click the links below. Also, just go to the site. We'll have video reviews of all this stuff up once the stuff goes properly live. And you can find us there. And like we said, tune in to the Twitch stream for more stuff. We're not just doing hands-ons like we're doing today. We'll do playthroughs of older games. We'll do little, you know, self-made competitions, maybe some multiplayer stuff. We're working it out at the moment. But come back tomorrow and every day.
Every day.
For more of the AppSpy live stream. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.